Everyone, myself Abhishek and I am the Colorus community admin. We are here with a very new episode of ColorOS interview with an R&D expert. Today we have Mr. Kaushal Prakash, who is heading Oppo India camera R&D team. Welcome Kaushal to ColorOS community, where fans are always keen to know more and more about the ColorOS. Yeah, Kaushal.
Yeah, hi Abhishek, hi Piyush, how are you doing?
Welcome Kaushal.
Hi, welcome Kaushal.
Yeah, we are doing good.
Yeah, let's start, fine.
Yeah. Today we will have a discussion on F17 Pro camera features with one of our ColorOS fans. So Piyush, let's introduce the fan.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Piyush and I am the admin of ColorOS community. And today on the special episode of this ColorOS interview with R&D, we have a special fan with us whose name is Mr. Vishal Verma. He is heading ColorOS community, like he's taking care of ColorOS community. He's being a moderator on ColorOS community since past year. So let's welcome Mr. Vishal Verma and let's start the today's session.
Thank you, Abhishek sir, or Piyush sir, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to host this event. Hello, Mr. Kaushal sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Vishal.
I'm ColorOS fan since last 1 year. I'm really very happy to get a chance to interact with you, where I can represent all ColorOS fans and their queries. ColorOS fans are always eager to know how Oppo phones are always best regarding camera, whatsoever the price segment is considered. In this event, I want to ask you about the camera and the feature of newly launched Oppo F17 Pro. So with your permission, I would like to start today's interview.
Nice to meet you, Vishal. Yeah, let's start with the same.
Thank you, sir. So my first question is, the AI color portrait is something which is loved by most our fans. Does it require hardware specification or it can be achieved with software optimization, as Oppo managed to bring this feature on both rear and front camera?
Yeah, Vishal. So first of all, I'll introduce about the Oppo R&D, what we are doing exactly in camera part and the motivation which we are having for the same. So first of all, very much excited to interact directly with the ever-growing and highly active ColorOS community members and especially the fans. So thanks to our admin for hosting the interaction. And honestly, like your enthusiasm of our ColorOS community fans and the appreciation which they share across is the real motivation for us to innovate in the camera domain. So from the R&D side, we have been following the active and prominent ColorOS members, ColorOS fan community members, who are sharing their reviews and inputs on the next requirement of features. So we research on them and then we come up with these new solutions. So on similar lines, the AI portrait feature, which came up on F17 Pro, it was because of the requirement our fan community and our end consumers gave. And apart from that, we are doing extensive research on the user behavior also, what the user exactly wants in the devices. So we focus on the same, and finally we came up with this AI portrait solution. Specifically about your question, like any hardware specifications or is it achieved by software optimization? So to begin with, yes, the initial version of the solution, it depends on a basic minimum hardware requirements. But being an R&D, we cannot limit ourselves only to one side of the solution, that is hardware requirement. So down the line, even in the next models, with the ColorOS upgrades, ColorOS 11 upgrades and the R upgrades, we'll be deploying this solution on the lighter or the mass versions of the devices also. So we are trying to remove our dependency from the hardware and making our software lighter. So that we are doing right now, and that will be applicable from the next upgrades, which will be deploying across all segment of the devices. So right now there is a bit of hardware dependencies. We are removing them, and down the line it will be available for all. Yeah.
So this that was really informative. So moving on to the next question. Night flare portrait is something new and innovative. How did your team got an idea for including such an option in a mobile camera?
Yeah, the basic idea for night flare we got from you might have seen the media also and other things like the way lights are captured. Trail light photography is a very known concept in the photography domain, and it's cumbersome. So basically, if a layman wants to use trail light photography using even a high-end DSLR or anything, it requires a special set of efforts from his side to capture the same. So our intention is that any consumer who is holding a Oppo mobile device should be able to capture the most complicated scenarios which are captured by the DSLRs and other high-end devices. So that is our intention and motivation, what we are planning, what we are doing, that motivates us. So here for the night flare portrait, we conceptualize the same thing, and that motivated us to that, okay, give the user our Oppo device and he should be able to capture images like light trail photography or night flare portrait mode shots in a single click. So that was the intention, that okay, the user should be empowered to click the most complicated shots in a single click. That is our intention. So that is what we are planning to do and what we have done in the night flare portrait also.
Okay, that's actually it's like it's solving our issues who are not the real photographers.
Yeah, exactly, Vishal. That is what I told initially also. Apart from our consumer research, what we are following is our prominent ColorOS fans. We are following up on the community, and our team is doing an extraordinary job there. So time to time, we are getting inputs from them that, okay, the user is expecting this thing. So that expectation is a motivation for us to drive the innovation which can solve their problems.
Yes. So personally, this was one of my most loved camera feature, the night flare portrait. So moving on to the third question. Nowadays, we can see many vloggers who create a cinematic video using mobile devices, which require great stabilization. So based on that, is there any change in video clarity in normal stable mode and super stable mode?
Uh, if we honestly, as being a R&D engineer, if we have to compromise in terms of the video clarity for the feature, then that feature is, we are not adding any value to that feature. So being an R&D engineer, our important role is that the clarity should not be compromised at any point of time, and the intentional effect what we are planning to give, it has to be spot on. So I'll share you some more details about this super stable mode. So like the uh, idea behind this, so you must have seen that the philosophy behind the super stable mode is eagle head movement. So it is a very known concept, eagle head movement or chicken head movement. So if you look at a chicken, so his head and eyes are focused on the object, and he can keep his eye and head stable. At the same time, he can move his body. So that is the motivation. So we want the same thing to be done for the camera part, that okay, even if your hand is shaking, even if you are moving, but the camera is focused on the object. So final output of the recording should be super stable. So that is our motivation, that okay, we have to solve the practical user problem and give the best possible output. So that was the motivation for this video super stabilization thing.
Okay, so as we were talking about clarity, noise in the photo is the main issue that a mobile photographer usually faces. How does Oppo being a manufacturer of camera-centric devices able to eliminate such issues?
Honestly, that is why we are the selfie experts. We have started the trend of selfies in the mobile industry. Uh, Prior to the selfie phenomena, which overtook the entire industry around 6-7 years back, there were only rear cameras and the front cameras were very basic, and the things were not that great. So our expertise comes into picture, like we have to maintain the contrast enhancements and motion artifacts. And on top of that, the noise reduction, proprietary noise reduction algorithms. We make good use of them based on the scenarios. So that is how we make sure that, okay, even in low light conditions, the noise should be, should not be there actually. The noise should
Okay.
not be there at all. So it's more of a proprietary combination of the hardware capabilities and the software capabilities uh, are applied on the scene basis, which make sure that the noise is minimized.
That's really amazing how R&D team is working to solve all such problems. So as mobile is always there with us, either in our pocket or in our hands, and no one wants to carry thick and bulky devices, and Oppo managed to bring F17 Pro, which is the sleekest phone we have seen in this year. How did the team manage to install camera hardware in such an amazing way?
So again, as you explained, like we are focusing on solving the user problems, the problems which user is facing. Our final aim is to solve those problems and add value to our products. So on similar lines, definitely it's the sleekest phone, F17 Pro, and it's a combination of the hardware capabilities and the software capability. So we have an amazing hardware team working with us, and their motivation is also the same, solving the user problems. So it's a combination of the hardware aesthetics which we follow, and based on that, yeah, we try to solve the, and definitely our product has to be unique in the competition scenarios. So that way we always look for improvising our thing. So before this, if let's say if our benchmark was 9 mm, then we reduced it to 8 mm. Now we are at 7.4 mm. So that's the way we are working on the reduction of the device width, and again putting the peripherals on the same chipset.
Okay. So recently, one of my family member bought F17 Pro and noticed that F17 Pro punch hole camera is bit thinner compared to the other phones in the market. How did the team manage to do it without affecting the camera quality? Because it is just thin, as it's like very thin.
If you look into the camera dimension size, the bigger the aperture, the more visible is the camera to the outer
Yes.
world. So aperture is something like how much light we are allowing to fall on the camera. So the more light we allow to pass through the sensor, and the brighter will be our, the better will be our images. So here our expertise comes into picture that, okay, even though the hardware is not allowing the maximum possible light because we are going for a lower aperture camera, but the software compensates those light scenarios. So with the combination of lower aperture camera and improvised software for the utilization of that hardware, we try to achieve the same user experience. So that is how we have because on the front screen of the device, if a big punch hole is there, it's not appealing to the user.
Yes.
It looks like an odd mark on the screen. So that is our role. We have to minimize that odd thing on the screen, and even in that scenario we have to give the best possible output. So our night algorithms and our light uh, management algorithms, they come into picture at that point of time. So that is how we are able to achieve
Okay.
the same.
So processor plays an important part in any device. So different phones come with different processor. It's like as some has Helio processor, some has Snapdragon. So does it affect camera functioning or efficiency?
Initially to launch with, yes, the higher performance chipsets perform better for the high CPU utilization scenarios of the camera. But with our expertise and experience, what we do is we try to make our software lighter. So whatever we were doing in more cycles, CPU cycles, we try to minimize that effort on the CPU so that it can be ported on other chipsets also. So our major aim is that our solutions should work perfectly for any chipset, and it should not matter to the user like whether he's using A brand chipset or B brand chipset in our Oppo devices. The experience will be flawless and it will be smooth. So that is what we are trying to do here. We have been doing it successfully, and in the prior features optimizations, so that it can run on any chipset. That is what I explained for AI portrait also earlier.
So it's like we are talking about R&D team and how they are working for the betterment of Oppo devices. So my next question is regarding Hyderabad research and development team. We heard Hyderabad research and development team is contributing a lot in the development of Oppo these days. So what is the most recent contribution or achievement made by research and development team Hyderabad?
Yes, we have been contributing heavily on the stabilization and the deployment of better software on Oppo devices globally. And if we count on the recent contributions, so definitely the AI portrait feature, which we discussed and which has been launched in the F17 Pro device, it has been developed in the India R&D Center. And apart from this, majorly we focus on the localization part of the software. I'll quote an example here, like earlier there were the consumers, they used to pinpoint that, okay, the beauty effects on the camera are not customized for the Indian skin tones. So what we did is that the customization of the software so that it suits more to the Indian skin tone and it appears natural. So that is what major contributions, and we have been focusing on the same domain since long time, and AI portrait is definitely one of our high points. And on similar lines, we are working to utilize the AI capabilities of the chipset to the best possible limits. So that is our intention, to integrate AI into Oppo devices to make the user experience better than the existing things.
Okay, that's really great. R&D Hyderabad team always bring us something new and more awesome to us. So my next question is, what is the future plan of Oppo regarding camera development? Are we going to see something new coming next year, that is 2021?
Definitely, Vishal. Our intention is that with every phone, we have to add some new value to the consumer. So logically, if like we are giving the same software and the same set of features, then the consumer won't be satisfied with the same things repetitively. So definitely with all the upcoming devices, we do give a new set of features for the camera, and we have been doing the same. If you look for the last 2 years contributions, developments in the Oppo devices, we were the first in the world to come with 10x zoom. Yes. And we were the first in the world to come with pop-up camera. And then for the AI portrait, we are the first in the world to come with this feature. So our intention is that, okay, with every new device, we have to give some value addition to the consumer. So that is what we are doing. And in the coming 2021, definitely our next set of devices will be coming. We'll be coming with many more devices in the Reno series and Find X series and F series, which is highly popular in India and this part of the world. So definitely exact features, it is something confidential which cannot be shared right now, but trust the R&D efforts of the Oppo. Something new will be added with each device.
We are definitely very excited for the upcoming software and the devices. So my next question is regarding ColorOS 11. So ColorOS 11 beta version started rolling out in F17 Pro devices. So how does the ColorOS 11 helps to enhance F17 Pro camera?
Yeah, so if we look at ColorOS 11, it is apart from many other things, with respect to camera, it is majorly focusing on the multitasking improvements. So basically ColorOS 11 is optimized to run without lag on devices and situations where we need more resources. So camera, the sort of computations we do in camera, it is highly CPU sensitive operations. So what the ColorOS 11 comes into picture at this point of time, that okay, with lesser resources we are able to achieve the similar performance. So definitely ColorOS 11 is a major enhancement, and it definitely helps to smoothen the experience of camera.
Okay. So as Diwali is on its way, Oppo bring to us Oppo F17 Pro Diwali edition with such a beautiful color. So what
Right.
makes the team to come with such an amazing design?
Yeah, so if you look like India R&D is spread across many verticals in addition to the camera part. So we have the design team here, we have the hardware team here. So the design team came up with localized wallpapers, localized animations, localized features. Similarly, our ColorOS team came up with localized features like dock vault. And on similar lines, our hardware team is also working on the localization part, which can connect better to the user on special occasions like Diwali. So definitely, it's a Diwali edition, and we are trying to infuse the spark of that festive season in our devices, and that is how we came up with the idea of such beautiful colors, which we are trying to put in the F17 Pro Diwali edition. Yes, so Diwali is our biggest festival which we have in India, and it is a festival of lights and brightness and celebration. So that is what we are trying to infuse in the F17 Pro design.
The colors are really very good. At last, I want you to say some few words to our Oppo photographers around the globe.
Oppo photographers, yes, they are sharing their feedbacks, their opinion about our Oppo devices through our ColorOS community and through the fans, and it's a pretty regular interaction with them. And the Oppo, my suggestion to the uh, Oppo photographers is like, let's move from the auto mode and go more into the expert mode. So in the expert mode, you will be able to better utilize the ISO, white balance, exposure values, autofocus, and shutter speed. Play around with them. Then only then you will get to know better of the hardware capabilities and the capabilities of the Oppo phones. So let's play around with the camera and try to explore more. And the more you go deep dive, the more you deep dive inside the expert mode, you will be like you will gel with the Oppo camera more. You will actually know the capabilities of the device. So let's dive more into these expert mode features.
ColorOS fans are definitely going to make a note of it. So thanks a lot, Mr. Kaushal sir, for giving your valuable time and answering to all our queries. This session was really, really an amazing experience for me and very informative for ColorOS fans.
Thank you, Vishal, and thank you to the ColorOS community. You guys are doing an amazing job, and let's continue and keep sharing your feedback and improvement points. And definitely, whatever you feel you should you want to see in the Oppo devices, will make best effort from our side to make sure that it comes in the future set of devices from Oppo side in the camera domain.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Kaushal. Thanks, Vishal, for your time. And special thanks to Vishal for selecting such wonderful questions, which enables us to get to know about F17 Pro camera features, which might not be known to every camera user. So it was really great session, and we hope we'll get to know more about upcoming devices and their camera features and others in similar kind of episodes. So all the ColorOS fans, stay tuned for more such episodes, and definitely we'll plan more such interactive sessions with R&D experts. Yeah, thanks everyone for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.